Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is something I really like. I mean, that's a badass knife again, another badass knife. And it's again from HJF, so Chinese one, Hua Jiangfang. And I mean, look at that beauty. I don't, usually they do clone of stuff. They never do the original design. Oh, I'm not sure they do. Or if they do, this is probably because we don't know it's a clone. So that is probably a clone of any famous custom maker or whatever, which is never available, and that's good that this Chinese guy, they can do it at accessible price. Not too expensive, but look at that beauty. Honestly, in hand, that's great. That's just great. that's really, really, really great. It's super thin here, so I will never like try to put stress on pressure on the blade and try to do leverage, because I'm sure that I'm gonna break the blade. Is DC53, and the goal is not to do a pray bar with that, but that's a knife to cut. So that stuff, if you have stuff to cut with like meat or whatever, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's a kind of really Bowie fighting knife. Not too much a bushcraft knife, I think. You can use it a bit, but I don't think this is done to baton, because if you baton too much here, you may damage it. But just like as a fighting or defense knife or whatever, big Bowie, or just like as a good looking knife, look at that. Amazing. So that's not a finger choil, even if you can use it a bit if you're small, but that's more like for the style or whatever. You have a small like groove here to take out a bit of weight. I'm not sure who was done that kind of knife originally, who was the maker. And you see HJF, DC53, and I love the fact they put two colors here. So you can see you have the liner, which is all in brown, light brown, clear brown, and then you have black here, and they have some screw which are like, the screw are really nice. They are blue, and inside this is like copper for both, but this is not like rust, this is really copper color inside. So, and it's very comfortable. It's a very good looking G10. When you touch it and you feel it, it's very nice. That's a good looking blade, honestly. Very, very good looking blade. Then you have a nice sheath. So they have tried to do a kind of custom sheath for that time. So you get a pin which is a skull, which is a logo of HJF also. I like it. I think it makes sense. But this is their logo. And then you have some, I think this is python skin, but that's snake for sure, real snake. You can see it, you can feel it in the middle of the stuff. So yeah, here you can see a bit of I mean that's handmade for sure, and nice leather, good leather construction. I mean, nothing to say on that, just a leather sheath. I like it, honestly. I like it. Small lanyard hole here. Okay. Yeah. So they have done another version of that knife. This one is DC53. I think it cost around €200. Today I got it a bit of discount, I think, but it was because I'm a big buyer of knives, as you know, but I still paid it. But they have done another version which is a wooden handle, so two color wooden handle. I think they have maybe G10 and wood, or two, I think this is G10, and then they have wooden handle. And but it still looks good, and this is in CPM 3V, so they have done exactly the same in a highest version, but that version is quite expensive. It's a limited version edition, and it cost something like 300 something, more than 300 euro. So what is interesting to note, this is that Chinese people, they start to do like CPM 3V, and I think that if they do that, this is because they are trying to attempt a bit more the US market, and no, they're starting to be a bit famous in US. I know because I communicate with the vendor that some of the knife they design, sometimes this is US people who ask them to produce some, and they're gonna buy several, or they're gonna sell it after. I don't know, but they got some order from US people to do some. Oh, that stuff anyway, you can find it on DHgate. It's not available on Hali, or you can just ask the guy from Creation Outdoor Store. But I've seen it on DHgate, but it was expensive. They overpriced it, but it's beautiful. This is really beautiful. Let's look at the spec of that stuff. because we're not gonna sleep with it and stay all night. It's very sharp, by the way. 19.5 centimeters blade, 20 to the handle, 36 centimeters, 35.7 centimeters overhaul, and thickness. So thickness would be interesting to check. Let me put 0. So 5 millimeters here, a bit more than 5, but 5 millimeter thickness, which is not too much for that stuff. But if you go there, you know, 1 millimeter thickness. So here, 1.5 if you're on the top. So here, this is why I say that you have to take care with that kind of knife. 3.9. This is definitely not a knife that you want to use to baton, to whatever. That's a beautiful knife, and you have to respect it as a beautiful knife. If not, you're gonna break it. Yeah. I will not give it to someone who just want to beat the shit out of a knife and whatever. That's a beautiful one. It has to be respected. And yeah, depend what you do with. But I love it. Let's look at the weight now. So weight with the sheath is 491 grams and 600 grams almost with the sheath. Yeah. So yeah, let me know what you think about that and if you like it. I mean, my side, I really love that style. And it's very good in hand. I think that as a fighting knife, it's very, very dangerous if you want to fight with a knife one day. That's all for today's. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.